Hello student. In today's session we will discuss about the hook joint. Hook joint is also called as the universal joint. Okay. So it is used to connect the two non-parallel intersecting shaft. When we want to connect the two non-parallel or non-intersecting shaft, generally we sometimes we use a gear, but in this case the gear are not useful or it is not convenient in some cases. So that's why in some cases the hook joints are generally used. The main application of the hook joint is it is present at when power is transmitted from gearbox to real axis of the wheel, or power is transmitted from gearbox to the differential gearbox between when power from engine to gearbox and gearbox to rear wheel need to transmit. In this particular case the hook joint is generally used. Okay, it consists of, if we see here, this is the image of the hook joint. It consists of two fork or U-shaped yoke. This is, if we see here, this part is called as the fork or a yoke. Okay, so the single hook joint consists of two fork or two U-shaped yoke. Okay, out of these two, one is attached to the driving shaft and another one is attached to the driven shaft. If we consider this is a driving shaft and this is a driven shaft, then this one yoke is attached to the driving shaft and this another yoke is attached to the driven shaft. Okay, and this is a one cross. If we see here, I will show you here. If we see here, this is the cross. Okay, this is the cross and two ends of the cross is attached to the driving shaft and two ends of the cross is attached to the driven yoke. Sorry, it is at two ends are attached to the driving yoke and two ends are attached to the driven yoke. Okay, the shape of the connecting link is cross. If we see this cross, okay, the inclination of the driving to driven shaft may be a constant, but in actual practice while transmitting the motion it varies. If we consider the angle between driving and driven shaft is constant, but in actual practices it may be a different or it may be a varying. Okay, there is one main disadvantages of this hook joint is that the single hook joint, the velocity ratio is not constant. Means if the driving shaft is rotate at some particular speed, then the speed of the driven shaft is not constant. If driving shaft is rotated as 1000 rpm, then driven shaft its rpm is not constant. It may be, it get varied between some values, and these values will be depend upon the angle between these two shafts. Okay, the angle between these two shafts. We will see one derivation in which we will see how this speed is varying, when the speed will remain constant, when this speed become, means we get the more speed of the output shaft, or when we get the speed of the driven shaft minimum, or when we get the driven shaft speed is maximum. Okay, the single hook joint is used to connect the two shafts, the axis of which have an angular misalignment up to 40 degree. Means if the angle misalignment between the two shafts is 40 degree, in this case this hook joint is used. If this angle is varying, or if this angle is more than 40 degree, in this case this joint is not efficiently work. But if the angle between driving and driven shaft is 40 or less than 40, in this case this hook joint work efficiently. Okay, there are some applications of hook joint. It is used to transmit the power from gearbox of the engine to the rear axle. As we discussed, the hook joint is used to transmit the power from engine gear box to the rear wheel of the vehicle. It is used to transmission of drive to the different spindle of the multiple drilling machine. If we consider the multiple drilling machine, in this case to obtain a different speed, this hook joint is used. It is used as a knee joint in a milling machine. In milling machine, the knee joint is present, and in this case the hook joint is used. It is also used for a transmission of the torque to the roll in a case of rolling mill. If we consider the rolling mill, in this case to transmit the torque to the roll, the hook joint is used. Okay, we will see how the velocity ratio of hook joint is varying and what are the different conditions for that. We will derive the equation and we will find out at what condition of the angle between the two shafts, or at which condition we will get the maximum speed, at which condition we will get the minimum speed. Okay, or at which condition we will get the speed of the driving and driven shaft is equal. Okay, this is the image of the hook joint. This is the analysis of the hook joint. These are the equations. If we see the velocity ratio having a equation, that is omega 1 upon omega is equal to cos of alpha upon 1 minus cos square of theta plus sin square of theta. We will derive this equation in next lecture and we will find out the different condition. Okay, these are the conditions for minimum speed. The minimum speed of the driven shaft is omega into cos of alpha. Okay, this is the equal speed. This is a condition for equal speed when the driving and driven shaft will rotate at the same speed. Okay, now we need to discuss about the double hook joint. Okay, so we will discuss what is double hook joint, what are its application and advantages. Okay, as the I will first of all I will show you the double hook joint image. If we see this image, in this here is one cross and here is another cross and here is intermediate shaft. Okay, intermediate shaft. See, driving shaft, it is the first hook joint. If we see here, here is first hook joint and here is second hook joint, and this is the intermediate shaft. Okay, so this is a double hook joint. We will see what are its characteristics of the double hook joint. As we discuss in single hook joint, that the velocity ratio in a single hook joint is not constant and it varies from maximum to minimum speed. The speed of driven shaft is not constant and it will be a vary according from maximum speed to the minimum speed during the rotation of the driving shaft. Okay, we have to, if we want to the constant velocity ratio of the driving and driven shaft, the intermediate shaft with the hook joint at each end is used. Means what is the purpose of double hook joint is that to obtain the constant velocity ratio. To obtain the constant velocity ratio, the double hook joint is present. Double hook joint is used, and what is the structure of this double hook joint is that this is the first hook joint and this is the second hook joint. Driving shaft, then it is connected to the driving yoke. Then there is another yoke which is connected to the intermediate shaft. This power from the intermediate shaft is given to the second yoke, and then from the second yoke to cross to, it is given to the driven shaft. Okay, the double hook joint eliminates the fluctuation of the torque. Okay, double hook joint is used, or it is reduce or eliminate the fluctuation in the torque. As the speed is not constant, there is a fluctuation in the torque transmission also. But if we use a double universal joint or a double hook joint, then in this case the torsional vibration of the driven shaft are eliminated. The vibration which is generated due to the torsion are eliminated by use of the double hook joint. Okay. When we use a double hook joint, the speed of the driven shaft will be a constant only when the following condition are satisfied. Means if we consider any condition, and in that condition this velocity or speed ratio will not remain constant. This speed ratio remain constant in a particular case only. It remain constant only some particular cases. We will discuss that particular cases. Okay. The first case is that the axis of driving and driven shaft are in a same plane. What is the first condition? That the axis of driving and driven shaft should be in one plane. If the plane of driving and driven shaft are different, then we cannot be obtain the constant velocity ratio. And the angle between driving and intermediate and driven, the angle between driving intermediate and driven intermediate is same. Okay, the angle between, suppose this is a driving shaft and this is the angle between driving shaft and intermediate shaft, and this is a driven shaft, and this alpha is the angle between driven shaft and intermediate shaft. If this angle remain constant or this will remain same, if this here is alpha and if here is beta, then in that condition we cannot be obtain a constant velocity ratio. To obtain a constant velocity ratio, the angle between driving shaft and intermediate shaft and angle between driven shaft and intermediate shaft should be a same. These are the two main conditions that double hook joint to obtain the constant velocity ratio. If we want to constant velocity ratio, double hook joint is used, and the main purpose of double hook joint or main conditions for double hook joints are that the driving and driven shaft should be in same plane, and the angle between driving shaft and intermediate shaft and angle between driven shaft and intermediate shaft should be a same. If here is angle alpha and here is also angle alpha, then we can use then we can obtain the velocity ratio. If this alpha is on this side, if this alpha is on this side, then also we can obtain the constant velocity ratio, but it should be in a same plane. These two, driving shaft and driven shaft, should be in single or same plane. Okay, we will discuss some difference between single hook joint and double hook joint. The velocity ratio of driving and driven shaft is not constant in a single hook joint. The velocity ratio of driving and driven shaft is not constant in a case of single hook joint, but if we consider the double hook joint, we can obtain the constant velocity ratio by considering some conditions. If we consider that we want a constant velocity ratio, then we can use a double universal joint or double hook joint, but it has some condition. That two conditions we have discussed. Okay, then second difference, there is a fluctuation in a torque. If we consider the single hook joint, then there is a fluctuation in a torque, and if we consider double hook joint, we can eliminate or we can reduce the fluctuation in a double hook joint. This is the second difference. The third difference, that in case of single hook joint, the torsional vibration are developed in a driven shaft. The torsional vibration are due to the torsion, the vibration are produced in a driven shaft. And if we consider a double hook joint, in a double hook joint there is no development of the torsional vibration in a driven shaft. Means if we consider the single hook joint, then there is a torsional vibration in a single hook joint, and in case of double hook joint we can eliminate the torsional vibration. And the last difference is that it consists of a single universal joint and intermediate shaft. Means if we consider the single hook joint, there is only one universal joint and no intermediate shaft is present. But if we consider double hook joint, in a double hook joint the two universal joint are present, but and there is also one intermediate shaft is needed in a case of double hook joint. Okay, so this is some information related to the single hook joint and double hook joint. We will derive the equation and we will derive the condition for minimum and maximum speed in a case of single hook joint in a next lecture. Okay, thank you.